All right, time to round up the top stories in the world of science and tech with CTV's science and technology expert, Dan Riskin. Good morning, Dan. Hope you had a good weekend.
Absolutely. I hope you did too.
Good. Thanks very much. I did. So let's talk about this. Evolution still making waves with a new study out of the U.S.
Yeah, this is interesting. So what this tracked is how different beliefs and different value systems track with belief in evolution. Now, in the US, it's about 50-50. Roughly half of people don't believe in evolution, half of people do. That is slowly tracking up, so more people believe in evolution, but it's got a long way to go. And what this study found is that attitudes that are racist and prejudiced are correlated. It's correlation, not causation, of course, but it's correlated with people who don't believe in evolution. If people don't believe in evolution, they're more likely to show discrimination against blacks, immigrants, and LGBTQT. And the belief is that once you've sort of gotten your head around the idea that we're related to animals, it's much harder to think of an in-group and out-group within people. You sort of get this sense that, you know, everybody's related. And so that's the thinking, but it's an interesting finding for sure.
Now that's a really fascinating study, no doubt, Dan. In the meantime, another new study, and we know the pandemic really amplified and increased loneliness. It shares how you should fill your alone time.
Yeah, so a survey of people who were international students in Taiwan during lockdown, had nowhere to go, were stuck spending their time by themselves. How did they spend their time and how lonely were they? This is the result of a big survey that sort of tracked hundreds and hundreds of students and how they spent their time. What they found is loneliness was correlated with certain types of activity, and avoiding loneliness was correlated with other kinds of activity. And the take home from that study is, if you want to avoid being lonely and you're by yourself, fill your time with difficult but rewarding activities. Things like learning to play an instrument or playing an instrument you already know, creating art, trying to write a poem or something like that. Doing difficult things that take a long time and that you get sort of lost in, because time flies when you get into that kind of a headspace and you don't have as much time to get lonely.
Yeah, really big distractions ultimately there. One of those 7,000 piece puzzles might help too.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, there's also a scramble happening right now. This is really serious, and we've seen a bit of this already. They're trying to preserve Ukrainian digital resources.
Yeah, so there's a famous library in Alexandria that burnt down, thousands of years ago, and all this information was lost. And we have this feeling that because everything's on the internet now, it must be backed up somewhere. But the truth is that things that are on the internet are on servers, and those servers exist in our world. And so with Ukraine, a lot of those servers are getting blown up. They're getting destroyed, and that information is getting lost. And so the Internet Archive is an organization that tries to back up the internet, and they can't do it all. But what they've done lately and what they're doing right now is really focusing on Ukrainian TikTok videos, YouTube videos, books, radio, TV, all of it, to try to preserve that so that it isn't lost when the servers get destroyed.
Yeah, so important indeed. Really quickly, Dan, where are you? There's no bats or books behind you.
I'm visiting family in Edmonton, so I got a fancy hotel room. I hope you're happy with it. I spent a lot of time putting that wallpaper up.
Love the wallpaper, yeah. Okay, Dan Riskin live from Edmonton this morning, so he's up even earlier than usual. Great chat, Dan. Talk to you soon.
It's always a pleasure. Thanks a lot. Take care.